Hey artists, it's Miss Kit. In your special bag that your families picked up from school, you probably noticed inside you had a bag of art supplies and a sketchbook. Mr. Ficha and I wanted to take some time to go through the materials of each of the bags from all the grades and talk a little bit more about sketchbook expectations. We'll start with R1's art packets. Let's take a look.
Thanks, Miss Kit, and hello, Reception 1 artists. A large piece of coloured card, a small sketchbook, a bag of small, square, colourful tiles, and they're different colours, and they're in a bag. A small pack of crayons, preferred by teachers so you know they're good. A piece of card with a grid on it, and a small piece of black card. Alright, let's take a look at what's in the Reception 2 art pack. Ready, Miss Kit?
Thanks, Mr. Ficha. Reception 2 students, we already went through your art pack in our Zoom call, but I'll quickly go through it again for those that couldn't join us. Inside you have a sketchbook, a paper plate, a packet of oil pastels, and 5 containers of tempera washable paint. Time for grade 1's art pack. Here you go, Mr. Ficha.
Thanks, Miss Kit, and hello, grade 1 artists. Let's take a look at what's in your art pack. Firstly, you have also got a sketchbook, 2 Crayola markers, glue, foam, magnet, piece of flat foam, times 2, and a piece of black A4 card. Alright, now let's take a look at what's in the grade 2 art pack. Ready, Miss Kit?
Whoa, this one's a heavy one. All right, grade 2 artists, let's take a look. Inside you have your sketchbook, you have a piece of cardboard, 2 balloons, some cut up paper strips, 1 Posco paint marker, and some clay. These materials are to be used in either a Zoom call with us or a video lesson with myself or Mr. Ficha. So please wait for further instructions to use them. Now, did you happen to notice there was one thing that all the art packets had? Mr. Ficha, do you know what it was?
I did notice. Did you? What was it? That's right, you all have a sketchbook. Whether you have a brand new sketchbook or a sketchbook that you've been using for many years now, please only use it when Miss Kit or myself ask you to. This sketchbook is to showcase your art making journey and will stay with you and travel with you from grade to grade, so please take care of it. And when you return to school campus, you'll be expected to bring it with you where it will live in the art room. Lastly, please take really good care of your sketchbook and your art supplies because we'll be using them in our lessons together. Alright, now that you've had some time to look at what's in your art pack and what materials you have, now it's time to look at what materials you're going to need for today's lesson.
Hi, Reception 2 artists. This week you will be using 2 items out of your packet. You will be using your sketchbook and the package of oil pastels. Everything else can stay in your art pack. Before we begin, have an adult help you take off the plastic covering on your oil pastels and make sure you find a space where you can make art. Sitting at a table, a kitchen counter works best. Make sure that you have clothes on, that you don't mind getting a little bit dirty, and even put some scrap paper down just to protect the surface of where you're creating art. Feel free to pause the video now and take some time to do those tasks before we begin. Artists, when we use our sketchbook in our art lessons, we always use the next available page. So this is the cover, so we won't put anything on here. So the first artwork we will create is this first page. Then later on, when you create other artworks, we use the back of the paper. That way we can fill the whole sketchbook in order. Please do not go in the middle and start somewhere there or at the back, always the next available page. Okay, now that your sketchbook is open, we're ready to begin. You can take your oil pastels and open it up to see all of the colors that you have. This week, we will be creating an artwork inspired by the artist Romero Britto. He loved hearts, and you have had lots of practice making hearts from our art lesson last week. So start by taking your magic finger and repeating after me. This is my magic finger. It helps me draw what I see. And before I use my pencil,
make sure to use me.
Okay, Mr. Magic Finger. Start by drawing an imaginary heart, nice and large, in the middle of your paper. Using our magic finger helps us plan out where we're going to draw and create our marks. So now that you have the idea of your size of the heart you will create, take your black oil pastel and draw your heart. If you draw it too small, that's okay. Don't scratch it out or turn to the next page. Just draw a bigger one around it. Once you've drawn your heart, you will create lines going across your page, cutting the heart in different pieces. So I started from the edge here and went all the way across to the other edge. Now I'm going to start from another edge. So I'm going to start up here and walk my line all the way down to the edge of the paper here. Try drawing 8 to 10 lines, cutting up the heart into different pieces. Now put your black oil pastel back, and now we'll be using lines, shapes, and colors to create pattern. Pattern is when we repeat a line, a shape, or a color over and over and over again. So take a color of your choice and pick a line shape. I'm going to start with a short, straight line and filling one of the sections of the heart with my short, yellow, straight lines. Maybe I'll go to another section far away and do the same pattern. Choose another color and start doing a shape, repeating it over and over again. I'm spreading out my colors and finding different sections that are far away from the same shape and color I used to spread out that pattern. Okay, let's speed things up a bit, shall we? Voila! I've used lots of lines, shapes, and colors, some of my elements of art, to create a beautiful heart. Now that you're finished, make sure to put your sketchbook in a safe place, put back all the oil pastels in the container, and your fingers are probably a little oily, so go ahead and wash your hands. Looking forward to seeing your hearts on our next Zoom call, artists. And in the meantime, don't forget to make art, be art. Bye-bye.